Hey everyone, it's Isabelle with the YA Readers. I'm here again today for a review. And today I'm going to review The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I'll just read the back for you so that I don't spoil anything unintentionally. So it says, winning means fame and fortune. Losing means certain death. The Hunger Games have begun. In the ruins of a place once known as North America lies the nation of Panem, a shining capital surrounded by 12 outlying districts. The capital is harsh and cruel and keeps the districts in line by forcing them to all send one boy and one girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in the annual Hunger Games, a fight to the death on live TV. 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen regards it as a death sentence when she steps forward to take her sister's place in the games. But Katniss has been close to death before, and survival, for her, is second nature. Without really meaning to, she becomes a contender. But if she is to win, she will have to start making choices that weigh survival against humanity and life against love. Okay, so I quickly have to mention this before I go into my review. There will be spoilers in this eventually near the end of the video, but if you haven't read The Hunger Games and you don't want to be spoiled, then exit out of this video because there will be small spoilers throughout the video and then big ones near the end of the video, so I don't want to spoil anyone by accident. So yeah, here's the review. So I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I really have a lot of issues with this book. First, I guess I'll talk about like why I decided to read it. I know that the Hunger Games series is a really well-liked series. They're coming out with a movie. My friends have all recommended it to me. I've seen half a dozen reviews on it on video, like bloggers, let alone like bloggers, and Goodreads. So I really wanted, I went to the bookstore last weekend, I guess, and I really wanted a good book that I could read. I was looking through, I wanted a short, quick, easy read, like I said in my updates video, I really haven't been in the mood for reading lately, so I guess I just wanted something quick and easy that I could get done and say that I read at least one book during the month. So, I saw The Hunger Games. Now, for a while now, I have actually had Catching Fire. This is only the jacket, but Catching Fire is the second book in The Hunger Games. I actually have the book, right here. So that's the book, this is the jacket. So I've had this book for a really long time. My dad used to work at the same newspaper that I work at, except he had, a higher job than I did, or that I do. So, at the newspaper, they have a room full of books. It's because a lot of publishing companies in Canada will send out readers' copies to newspapers and stuff to get reviews on their books. And they send them all the time to my local newspaper. But my local newspaper doesn't do book reviews. There's no one there that's specifically there to do book reviews. So my dad, once in a while, he would go into the room and he would find a few books that he was interested in, or maybe that my mom would be interested in, or that my sister would be interested in, and once in a while, he would bring back a pile of stuff that he would think I would be interested in. Now, most of the time, I really wasn't interested in. This is an example, actually. Bank Job. It's a Canadian-made book about bank robbers. Really not interested in this. I don't know why. It's not interested. It's been sitting on my shelf for years. It's been there forever. So one day my dad brought home Catching Fire. Really wasn't interested, but it was a hardcover book. I don't even know what it's worth. Normally hardcover books are $22. Yeah, $21.99 in Canada. That's how much the book is worth. worth. So I figured I would keep it, and eventually I realized that was the second book in the Hunger Games series, and because it's popped up so much in reviews, in recommendations to me, I decided when I went to chapters last week, I would pick up the first one, because I wasn't going to read the second one before I read the first one. So I picked it up. It was never on my priority list of reading books, so when I was there and I was looking for a book to read, it's just the one that popped out, and I was like, okay, I'll read this. So I had high expectations for this book, and that may have something to do with why I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. I still give it a 4 out of 5, which is really good. But I didn't like it as much as I thought I would because of the expectations that I had for this book. I really liked the plot of the book, the idea of, like, North America has been taken over by this crazy government, and you don't know about anybody outside of your city, basically, because that's what a district is. It's like a little community. So you don't know anybody outside of your community. I can't imagine, like, if I were to just live in my community and that's it, I wasn't allowed to go anywhere, I wasn't allowed to see anybody, that's outrageous. And then on top of that, to scare the people of the country, the capital actually has a fight to the death, where they make teenagers go and fight on live TV, where they force everyone to watch this. They make these poor innocent teenagers fight each other, including someone from their own community. They have to fight that person. I had a lot of issues with this book, though. I really liked the plot, didn't like the little details in it. One thing I really didn't like, there were so many fragments in this book. And I know every author has their own way of writing, and they have a little style and a little quirk to their writing. It just annoyed me. I wish Suzanne Collins would realize that you don't need a period after every couple of words. It drove me crazy. Another thing I really didn't like was, I guess, the Mary Sue aspect of Katniss. But when main female characters are just loved by everybody and there's nothing wrong with them, it drives me crazy. In this book, the whole, like, half of the book is spent with Katniss saying, like, oh, I'm gonna die in these games, I'll never win, the odds are against me, and then she wins. Like, that's ridiculous. I just feel like Susan Collins went against every rule she has made for this book. And same with Catching Fire. I'm just over halfway through that book. There's already rules that she's broken, like her own rules. And I feel like if you're going to make a rule, you don't break that. So, for example, Katniss, all the odds are against her. There's only been 2 victors from her district who have ever won the Hunger Games, and only one of them is alive still. She volunteers for her sister. Like, all of the odds are against her. There are tons of better tributes in the games, and the only thing that keeps her alive is that she can, like, hang out in trees. Really, that's really unrealistic. And then she ends up winning. So all the odds are against her, but she ends up winning. But yeah, I do suggest you read this because of for anyone who hasn't read it already, because of the hype over it. I know a lot of people really enjoy this series, and I can see why someone would. I just feel like when you go in depth into a book, there's a lot of problems in this book. Oh, something I didn't mention. There's no beginning or ending to this book. And I figured something out with my friend yesterday. This book, they could have made this one book, the story that is in this book. They could have made that into a trilogy, into 3 books. They could have made the beginning, so like the working up to the reaping, as one book. Book 2 could have been like the training to going towards the. So first book climax would be the reaping, when Prim gets chosen and then Katniss runs in to volunteer for her. Second book would be the training up to the Hunger Games, and it could possibly end in a little cliffhanger of like they're in the arena, and then when Katniss gets a knife thrown at her, end of book. Knife is thrown at her, done. And then that makes you want to read the next one. Third one would be the whole Hunger Games. And then you get to see if she dies or wins. And if, for whatever reason, if Suzanne Collins still wanted Katniss to win the games, then we could go into Catching Fire as the fourth book and Mockingjay the fifth book. I haven't even finished those two, so I don't even know if that would work. But it just drove me. There's no beginning to this book. It just jumps right in, and sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's great when, like, Boy Toy by Barry Liga. I think it's Barry. Yeah, by Barry Liga. You're thrown right into the plot. You're thrown right into what's going on. In this case, I was confused. There was a lot of backstory, but that could have been an actual story. So I get to this story. I know what's going on. I know what's happening to this little boy. Thrown into this book, whole new world. I don't know what's going on. I don't live in Pan Am. I don't have a crazy capital who makes me go and kill other teenagers my age. So you really have to spend time and develop that. And I really didn't get that from the beginning. I had to figure things out as I went. Same with the ending. Like, there's no ending. There's no conclusion to the book. No conclusion. So anyways, that's all I really have to say. I'm hoping to get another review done on Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, but I don't actually have my book here, and I finished reading Speak, like, Easter weekend in April. So I don't even remember exactly what happened in the book. I remember the basics, but I don't remember details and stuff on stuff that I would like to mention. So I'm going to try and figure that out. If I don't get that up today, I'll get it up eventually. When I'm finished Catching Fire, I'll make a review on that, and I'll post that on here as well. So, hope you have a good day. Bye.